Gene is just one of a kind. I mean, this is a man who has devoted his life to helping other people be better.
He's a really kind, generous spirit. He's very accomplished without any arrogance.
He's made himself into an extraordinary role model for everybody else.
He has founded a whole field of study, and he's championed it from inception to institutionalization.
He had a vision that philanthropy was not just a value, a practice, a virtue, but also a discipline, a science.
It is his strong commitment to the common good that has fueled his life. There aren't many people who have the ability to say, you know, I did something that 50 years, 100 years, 200 years from now will still be making a difference.
I look back at my life, my career, sometimes think about the things I've been able to do, been lucky to do. Someone said, how did you plan all this? I planned none of it. I grew up on a farm. You know, I remember the tractors, being in the fields. I remember throwing hay when it was hot. I think I was 7 at the time when our house burned. And there was an outpouring of support from the community. People brought clothing, they brought food, found us a place to stay. I was astonished by that people did that. They cared about others in the community and did that on their own.
Gene came from a family in southern Indiana that had strong values.
From the beginning, he understood the deeper impulses of human nature and people's desire to imagine a better world and make it happen.
That sense of community that surrounded him really had a lasting impact on him.
That's the beginning of my philanthropic autobiography. There was no study of philanthropy at a formal level in any school. I had seen what it could do. Fundraising was an important thing to do, and I was going to figure out how to make it an important thing to do.
Creating this school was one way to make sure that his life work had a legacy long after him.
He was uniquely experienced to come up with a program that isn't just about how to be a better fundraiser or nonprofit manager, but it's how to be a better leader in the world.
The fundraising school reaches about 8,000 students a year. We've had courses on every continent except Antarctica. The impact Gene has had covers literally every corner of the globe.
How would you like to see your resources used after you're no longer here? What might add meaning to your life?
Gene is the creator of the Lilly Family School of Philanthropy, and this was not something that just happened overnight.
Hank Rosso started the school to train people so they could go in and do fundraising work in organizations.
Gene recognized that this was an opportunity for an academic program. Hank was nearing the end of his career, persuaded him to donate the fundraising school to Indiana University. I think you have to give real credit to the Lilly Endowment for recognizing the importance of philanthropy as a field that needed to be understood and needed to be practiced in a way that was ethical.
We started putting some research around fundraising as a humanistic activity, where every person who makes a gift is a human being on the other side of that.
In the early days, it wasn't universally welcomed as an academic subject. There were critics who felt that this wasn't a real academic subject.
I think we began to change that.
Gene is not only known for his visionary leadership, but also for his integrity and insistence on an ethical path in philanthropy and grounding the field in research.
Many of the people drawn to the Lilly Family School do it out of a sense of calling, not career.
You could see the value of people understanding philanthropy as a part of the social fabric that made society work.
Not only is he a founder of a field, but he's the leader of a movement that goes on every day, and that is his greatest achievement. Gene, thank you on behalf of all those who have found visibility in the calling of a career in philanthropy.
You have been inspirational to all of us here at the Lilly Family School of Philanthropy, but also to the field of philanthropy and the world.
You've not just founded a school, you've ignited a movement that will endure long past your time on Earth.
This recognition of Gene is so well deserved. Very few human beings have the ability to say, I helped create an entire academic field of study that's recognized around the world as an important study. And Gene Temple is one of those people. It's really a source of great pride for me to know that Gene is not just a colleague, not a coworker, but a real friend. I treasure that friendship with him and his wife, and I wish them both every happiness.
Take one more take, and if you can cry when you get to America, that would be amazing. That really helped me out, Gene.
Okay. Sorry. First, I want to thank my family for support through the years. My wife, Mary, not only supported me emotionally, but traveled with me a number of times to professional events and hosted countless events to support my work. And my sons have been sometimes pressed into pro bono service, to editing, to assist in compiling data, and through serving as waiters at our events. I want to thank President McRobbie for his support and his interest in the Philanthropic Studies program. He constantly pressed to have the Lilly Family School of Philanthropy become the first school of philanthropy in the world.